There we are. So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to some more Premier Sim Gaming League action. Tonight we're here for the penultimate round of the PSGL F9 season. Tonight it's Little Blocks back in the common box and once again joined by Sondre. Good evening, Sondre.
Good evening, indeed.
Yeah, it's good to be back. Did have a little week off last week. Was a bit busy, so couldn't make it. But I believe, seeing I weren't here last week, I missed out on quite a big result, which could result in Trap Formula winning the championship tonight. So, you seem to know the outcome or what needs to happen for him to win the championship tonight, Sondre. So do you just want to run us through it?
Indeed. Well, we have, as many know, we have Trap Formula still in the lead. Trap Formula now renamed to LR Fergie, as I understand. So he leads with 90 points. Langfield is in second with 64. He's the only one who still has a mathematical chance at winning this championship, except for Trap. But for that to happen, he have to catch a 26-point gap, which means he have to finish in second or higher today, as well as he needs Trap to not score points pretty much. If he finishes second, he needs Trap to get 0 points. And if it finishes first, then Trap can score 4 points. And Langfield still has a mathematical chance, but with that then, it's not a big chance. And with as dominant as we saw Trap Formula last week, it's surely going to be a difficult one for Langfield, but the chance is there. However, if Langfield finishes below second and finishes in third, then it's over. Even though he could equal Trap on points, he doesn't have the amount of wins that Trap has. So with that, Lickle, how do you think the race will go? And actually, is Langfield even here? Alright, he is.
Alright, that's good. I mean, judging by his pace over the current season, which has been pretty spectacular, I think it's going to be hard for Langfield to really sniff at any opportunity at getting the championship gap down. So I think the only chance Langfield has if that Fergie or what's his name, Trap Formula, could bend it in the wall, especially if it being a street circuit. But I doubt that will happen. I think Trap Formula will wrap it up tonight in Baku.
And actually, a small update on the constructors as well, Nico. I do actually believe that the team Haas with Trap Formula and URL Hyper should have actually won the No, they have not. They haven't won it yet, but they have a lead of 28 points, which means that if they don't lose any points to Williams today, they will win the constructors after today as well.
It's pretty mighty. Haas could do the double today, but Gunter Steiner and Gene Haas absolutely delighted if it goes their way. But it still is all to play for. As I did mention just previously, it is of course a street circuit. Baku, one of the more unique street circuits where you could actually overtake on, but there is still plenty of room for you to smash a car into a barrier, especially at the castle section, which is the narrowest part on the whole F1 calendar. I believe it's about 8 meters wide, if that, maybe 6 meters wide. I'm not too sure, but it's pretty
7.2 or something, if I remember correctly.
It's pretty narrow. You can't get. There's zero chance of you getting two cars through there. So there is plenty of room for error. We've seen many drivers do it in the past. We've seen Jolyon Palmer, we've seen Sergio Perez, we've seen Charles Leclerc, we've seen Robert Kubica. They're just some of the names that I can remember who have become an unfortunate fatality into that little castle section there.
Indeed. Claimed many victims, and it's always shown itself to be a tricky section as well. And I think what's most interestingly about the castle section there is that you're not completely out of it if you just get through that narrowest part either, because like traction can be a little difficult on the top of the castle in the right-hander, and then also on the exit of the left-hander after. So quite a fun section to have on a track like this. At the same time, it's such a fast-paced track.
Yeah, I've just double checked through the Discord just to make sure LR Fergie is chat formula, and it is. So we're 100% sure that it is chat formula race and he can indeed wrap up the championship. But I believe the strategy here is a soft hard strategy. I think soft medium, you've got to be really, really good on the tyres, but I think even if you're really good on the tyres, it's still quite frankly impossible. So I think the strategy is soft hard, or in fact hard soft or hard medium. It depends how early you want to get off those hard tyres if you do start on them.
Well, I can confirm that the strategy in Baku is soft hard. However, I have seen people before go for a strategy like soft medium medium or soft medium soft as well. And to be fair, the long straight jabber, 2-stop isn't completely out of the window because the hard tires isn't great. Obviously, you save a lot of time by skipping that second pit stop, but if you really on, you can make it on a 2-stop here, but you gotta carve through that traffic as quickly as possible, and to do that you gotta make the most out of the main straight and also the back straight.
Yeah, well, I believe who's going to be the first one to start out? It's going to be a Red Bull of headshot lessons. If I can work this HUD right. Here we go, coming through turn 1, getting, I think his head lessons already invalidated coming out of turn 1. Ran a bit too wide and track limits has cost him already. So he's going to be the next car. I think it's going to be Coles next. So I'll watch him. And he's navigated turn 1 alright, so we can watch him for a lap coming out of what is a series of 90-degree corners, a very Herman Tilker-esque track this is. Going down the long straight into turn 3, breaking around the 100-metre board into another 90-degree corner. The 50-metre board for another 90-degree corner. And then coming out of sector 1, you usually set about low 34s, I think, no, low 35, I can't really remember the delta times. But he was purple, but I do believe the car behind did beat him as he does come down into turn 7. You can cut the inside of that corner a bit, and now into the tricky castle section. Will he navigate through alright? He will, so no worry there about hitting the barriers. And now out of this little chicane part, or little corners in fact, through the flat left-hander, or getting right over that curve before he's going to smash the barriers. And now one of the trickiest corners on the F1 game in my opinion. Got to get it right. If you go over that curve a bit too much, you're off into the barriers. And now into the final proper corner. He is purple through the middle sector. Is the car behind going to beat it? No, he is. So he is purple through the middle sector, Kolesnik, and now through the final few corners here. And now onto the longest straight on the F1 calendar. I believe it's quite a long straight, over a mile and a half, I think. I'm not too sure. But it is a very long straight, and up to the line, Kolesnik will set the first time of a 1:39.0.
Unfortunately for Kolesnik, I'm pretty sure Patuka is going to cross the line to beat that with a pretty good margin as well.
Oh.
And it didn't take long before that was beat. Are you alright though? The main straight, 1.4 miles, I believe it is. 1.4. Is it miles?
Crazy straight, crazy straight. Can you imagine walking or running down that in real life? It'd take you a good about 10 minutes, maybe 5-10 minutes maybe. Depends how quick you are. Meanwhile, in F1 cars, 20 seconds roughly, 25 seconds at full power. That is crazy speed. You can reach speeds about 215 miles an hour, 210 miles an hour, or if you're doing kilometers, about 330 kilometers an hour, around that sort of speeds. That looks like a good lap. I think he's gone past through the middle sector.
Heading down towards the start-finish straight. You can see him already reaching above 200 miles per hour, and then opening DRS, you will see him reach up to 210, I believe. We're going to see him reach 2.9, and it is a 37.6, and well, he took that defeat from last week personally, it looks like.
Mega lap, he's absolutely smashed the field. And imagine being someone like Jibuk in second, thinking, oh, I'm gonna have a decent chance of pole here, just to get them lot coming in and absolutely smashing you. As Leslie goes second on a 38-2. I'd honestly be demoralised if someone came in, yeah, I'm like, oh, I have a good chance of getting pole here 8-10 slower. Oh, that is it's a mad lap from Davidek, especially the bank.
Oh, I can tell you though, Paco Suarez in the middle sector now, he went purple. Obviously not completely sure if we can trust that as always, but heading into Castle section now.
Oh, understeer.
Little understeery for Paco there, but nonetheless he's heading up to this flat out left-hander now, and then into what you so brilliantly called the most difficult corner on the F1 calendar. You can see Paco choosing not to take it, which I'm sure we're going to see more people do. However, you do lose time doing it, but it still says purple, so now heading into this flat out left-right hander. Barely a corner in my opinion, but nonetheless, Paco now heading down the long straight. Let's see if he can challenge Davidek then.
Looks like it's a strong time.
And it is a 38.4, and makes me wonder if this purple sector as we get up was just not correct, or if Davidek is amazing in the final sector.
Well, I'm just watching Fergie is in fact invalidating this lap, so getting quite close to the inside, having a bit of oversteer through the castle. They're pushing quite hard on what is an invalidated lap. Around one of the narrowest corners in the F1 game, I don't think I'd push that hard if I did have an invalidated lap, just in case you did rip your wheel off. But whether he likes, I guess, look at that, that hash is all over the place at the moment. Number 37 car.
His car looks much more unstable than what we saw when we were watching Davidek, as he flew over that curb. However, it is a reason called the most difficult one though. You gotta hit it right to actually get over that curb properly.
He's in a box and stop. Get some fresh tyres on. I believe drivers have to be careful. I'm just going to check the rules, but I think they've got to enter the pit lane before that white line. I'll just double check that. Where's the announcements? Here we are. That's not that. Oh god.
In the meantime, Roberto Mancini has started his lap, heading to turn 2 now, down into third, then heavy on the power, accelerating, then up into 7th on this straight, up into 8th, for heading into turn 3, down to 3rd gear again, looking a little bit cautious through there, before he goes through the right-hander in turn 4, stays in 4th, then into this chicane turn 5 and turn 6, a very difficult corner to get as much speed as you can get through there, before he heads into the hairpin leading into the castle section. You can see him turning a bit too early to begin with, so he hesitates. Now into the castle section and all the way down in 3rd in castle. I'm not sure. I do believe you usually stay in 4th. Nonetheless, Roberto Mancini then through this flat out left-hander and into this difficult corner, takes the curb, seems to get a load of oversteer doing that. Now into the last proper corner, not using the curb on the outside and accelerating, and just chuck the car into this flat out left-right-hander before he starts the long straight, where we can see that he's applying DRS right now. Gonna reach about 209, 210 miles per hour, and he sets a 139.1, and not too surprised, the lap looked scruffy.
Yeah, I just got back to see the end of that time. Case is currently on one, locking up into every corner I've seen so far in the AlphaTauri. Almost 5/10 up through sector 1, but that's very unnecessary. He's brushing the barrier a bit. I wonder if that's going to be a bit of light damage there to the front of that wing. I don't think there's any damage. Tyre strat, Langford's asking what the tyre strat is. I believe it's soft hard. Yeah, it is soft hard.
It is. Patuka finishing his lap to do a 38.1, putting himself in second.
I'm going to watch the rest of Case's lap now into a very bumpy or very tricky corner. Got that decent. Locked that once again. 1.3 up to a decent improvement so far. You'll find maybe about a tenth and a half, 2 tenths of the final sector. So I reckon this time will be good for about 6th or 7th. Depending on how fast he is on a straight, really, and what his run was like out of the final corner there. Let's see, reaching 204 or 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Could he reach a 10 before the line? He just did. Went 6th place as a big guess on a 1:38.5, I think it was.
Cool Snake gonna put himself a little behind him with a 1:38.7.
Looks like he's going for it again by the way he's pushing. I don't know if he's going for it again. I'll see. I want to go. I know I want to go on board with. I've seen first Davidek, who's half a second up through the middle sector. He's gonna smash. It's gonna be like a second clear. Up to the line, Davidek. What can he say? He says a 37.2. He's 9/10 clear of the field. Now, if any PSGL admins are watching, I hope you're taking note for next season. That is mega. Absolutely mega.
Oh, well, Davidek has a brilliant lap there, but what can LR Fergie do though? He is heading on towards the long straight now. Obviously he was dominant last week, in quali especially, and now he is gonna try to at least challenge that lap. But it's not looking like he's gonna be that close. It's gonna be a little off. It's a 1:37.9. He's 7 tenths off Davidek there, 7.5 to be exact.
That I think I'd be scared. Just imagine you're someone like if Roberto Mancini down, who set their first up to 39.1. You're down there and you have a look at someone like Davidek, almost 2 seconds clear. I'd honestly, I don't know how I'd feel. Imagine going through his head. He's like, what have I just seen? But yeah, for any driver, if you see someone going like that big of a gap faster from me, even if a Fergie, if you see someone go that much faster than you, you're just thinking, what the hell is this? Colton went up to third down, a 38.112, just ahead of his teammate Patuka. To note, he was on 2 lap old tyres there. I think Paco's on 1.
He is indeed. And it shows a purple second sector, however. That's not always reliable, but nonetheless, he's heading down towards the line now, and almost 202 miles per hour before DRS and EO-boards.
I think that's a smart decision. It is only 4 minutes left in the session now, and if he did set that lap, he'd be missing out on, I think, quite a bit of track evolution. So it's a sensible decision for him to just pop into the pit lane there and just not set the lap. Is anyone else out on 1? Fergie coming into the pit lane soon. Everyone's out of fuel. Leslie pits.
Yeah, there is nobody on the lap at the moment.
The first car out is Patuka. The final run.
I've had a look though, Lickle, if you want to hear, about Davidek's lap. His first sector, it was 1,000 slower than on his first lap. However, his second sector, he gained that massive 5 tenths, and then in the third sector, he actually lost half a tenth. So somehow there is still improvement in that lap.
Yeah, I mean, with the track evolution, if he could still match that amazing middle sector, the first sector and third sector should be a breeze for him to improve on that lap. Langford asking outside top 10 strats, Andre. Yeah.
Well, for anyone listening, then outside of the top 10, probably hard to mediums or mediums to hard, depending on how safe you feel with your front wing. Obviously, you can also do hards to softs, but I do believe the better strat is to go hard medium than hard soft, as softs fall off quite quickly. one thing's for sure, Davidek might be 7/10 clear of anybody else, but he doesn't feel safe, it looks like. He has gone out again, so he's intending to try and improve again.
Yeah, I guess. Well, I'm just watching Patika start. I do apologise for that 3-minute silence. I had quite a few sneezes come out whilst we were talking there, so with perfect time. Patika's got a bit of traffic to deal with. Keys a bit. Oh my god, this traffic's quite bad for him there. Everywhere he goes, he's gone deep. He's gone very deep there, Patuka. And could that be his set? The one time already over. He's still up by somehow. But he went very deep into turn 5, I think it was, which was not helpful. He's got another car in his way now up ahead. He has been done dirty. But this is the problem when you go out so early and risk the fact of hitting traffic on your lap. And look at that, we've got a McLaren in the way at a castle section. He's going to be getting dirty, through here. McLaren does have to get out of the way. He doesn't look like he's moving at the moment, Morat. He's got to move out of the way. Oh, he's on the race now. He's going to block him, surely. He's blocked him. He's blocked him. That is absolutely shocking. That is shocking stuff. That is absolutely shocking stuff from Morat there. Dimsky went second. I didn't even realise.
Oh, I wouldn't wait. Not that bad of a lap either. 5/10 off Davidek still, but definitely not bad.
I think for all the viewers, we'll watch Davidek on the lap here as he comes through turn 1 very, very nicely on the track there. Throttle was perfect. Through turn 2, no lockups once again, no oversteer. It looks really good already from Davidek. Coming down the second long straight, going to be aiming to break around the 100-meter board. Down into about second or third gear, it locks up a bit but still gets turned in very nicely. Now the 50-meter board to end this 90-degree corner section, and I do suspect he will be up on his time. It is going to be, he's 3/10 up through sector 1 already, locking up again. Is looking magical from Davidek in the moment as he comes down into turn 7 now, the 50-meter board, looking to cut as much as he can on the inside. He nails that. And now the castle section, where you can either lose all your time or make all your time. And he looked decent through there, a bit hesitant. Yellow flags up ahead, a bit of oversteer out of the castle section. He might have cost himself a bit of time now. He's going to be hitting a bit of traffic as he comes into the end, towards the end of sector 2, the Ferrari. It's going to be in the way a bit, possibly, if you don't move. Oh, he's going to smash the barrier. He smashed the barrier, and he's got a bit of front wing damage. Will he continue with the lap, though? Yeah, he's lost so much time in that middle sector. He's off about 3.5 in the middle sector there. Not good for David. He's got front wing damage as well. But having front wing damage, I think he's going to throw it all away now. I was about to say having front wing damage for the final sector here isn't too bad. It'll give you more straight line speed. But Leslie's gone second. Paco's gone 4th. Where's Fergie? Fergie's got traffic. Look at that. Look at Fergie. He's going to get a bit of a slipstream here, but he has got traffic. Whether he'll get a good toe, we'll wait and see. Quali is coming to the end. 4/10 is the gap between the front two. What can Fergie do for the championship? He wants to try to get up as high as possible. He's going to get a bit of a slipstream from Roberto Mancini here. And Mancini decides to slow down. He gets a bit of a slipstream, whether it's effective, I don't know. Up to the line, reaching the speed 210. Up to the line, it's going to be a 37.6. He goes 3rd place. A good improvement under pressure by Fergie. I think that's qualifying done.
It is indeed, and after Davidek being dominant early on, the others got closer, but still though, like tense between Davidek and Headshot Leslie in second.
Yeah. But do you want to run through the grid?
I will, and I'm guessing that you guys are not on that screen, but we'll just start. We have CPI Davidek on pole position, and there we go, with a 1:37.205, a dominant pole today. In second, Headshot Leslie for the Red Bull with a 1:37.604. Then we have LR Fergie, the championship leader, who can win both championships today in third. Dimsky in 4th for the Ferrari team, Paco Suarez in 5th, then Chibuk in 6th, Kolsnik in 7th. Then the second Williams of Mr. B-Boy Worm in 8th, Patuka in 9th, Keys in 10th. Then outside we have Morut, Langfield, Huberto Mancini, Mimer, and Jay Carty, who didn't manage to set a lap in the end, Nico.
I can't help but imagine Tuchel will be disappointed with that qualifying because he did get impeded by Moret, which completely ruined his last run. So I think Tuchel's got a bit more to show in the race than what quality has shown so far. But I'm just thinking about that Davidek lap. He was 3 tenths up through sector 1. That could have been a mad lap. We could have seen a 36.9, 36.8, maybe even a 0.7. Depends how much he could have fixed it.
The worst thing about it, Lico, is that when I checked Fergie's lap time to compare with Davidek as well, and in the last sector on Davidek's lap, he actually was almost 2 tenths slower than Fergie. So kind of makes you wonder how quick Davidek in the final sector here, which means bad exit out of that final quarter. Either that, or Fergie is running very low downforce, which is also a possibility.
I think the setup does have a bit to do with it because through that middle sector, Davidek was on through one of his own pretty much, gained a lot of time compared to his rival. So maybe he's running a bit of a higher wing just so he could maybe get the advantage through the middle sector so he could possibly break the DRS early on instead of having to wait for the straights and just letting people just sit with him. But I think breaking DRS, it shouldn't be a problem for Davidek this race. I think judging my quality, he's my favourite to win, but of course it is 26 laps around the straight circuit. Anything is possible. We could see a crazy race. We could see someone like B-Boy Worm win. We just don't know.
Could indeed, and I gotta say something that is a little pleasant. It's Headshot Lessie in second there. Like he's looked decent in the previous races, but he's not really been there for the win the last 2 races, you know. So good to see another face up there.
Yeah, I do agree. Maybe he could lunge on the inside turn 1, spice it up a little. And one thing I do remember about Lessie is a few races ago, I think it was in France, he did try to go down the inside of someone, lap 1, turn 1, spun out because of it, lost his whole wing, and the race just went downhill from there. Will that be in his mind? Will he try and do something like that again? We just have to wait and see. I'm just going to get the standings up, have live standings up with me throughout the race, just so I make sure I've got mention. Who's mentioned
something I've just noticed as well. Outside of the top 10, we have 3 people opting for what I believe is the best alternative strategy, which is starting on hards. They're probably going to go to mediums later on, maybe soft. You also have the 2 Mercedeses, both the Mercedeses opting for the mediums. So either they don't feel comfortable about not losing their front wing, or they gotta be hoping for a safety car because they at least have to get past those hard runners on this first lap to have any chance using that strategy.
I do agree profusely. We'll have to see Mercedes. They need to try have a better strategy than they did in real life. They try avoid a cross-threaded wheel nut. Don't get stuck in the pits. Which we do. Hate to break your races in the mud. But I think everybody is pulling up on the grid now. We've got Jay Carty, the last car in 15th. It's quite unrealistic seeing the Mercedes down in 13th and 15th, but who knows, with the new regs next year, it might be like that. Just got to wait and see. But here we go. Do you mind watching in the back of the grid whilst
I am, as always.
It starts? Thank you. Anyway, here we go. Predicted strategy is up there from AWS Fence to the graphic. And I believe they're going to be off now. The lights are on. It's 3, it's 4, it's 5. It's lights out, and away we go for the start of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. And it looks like Leslie's got quite a good start for Davidek. In fact, it's got an even better start. And Haas trying to go around the outside. I think that's LR Fergie in the wall. And I'm not sure if he has some front wing damage to the Haas after. I can't see, there's a lot of cars ghosting each other, but I do believe Fergie did try to go around the outside. They get pushed into the barrier, and he has a big chunk of that front wing end plate is gone on the Haas. So Fergie will either have to stay out or box again. This time he's got Williams. Oh, there's a Williams of his, so he's jibbing, spinning Paco around, and there's a big crash. Paco and a racing point.
Oh. And Langfield taking big advantage of that to put himself in nicely cool. Carving through those cars going slowly there.
Great start for Langfeld. It's perfect news because his championship rival LR Fergie has got damage and he most probably will have to pit quite soon. But look what's happening at the front. Davidek, as I said earlier, he'll be looking to break that DRS quite soon. He's already 1.1 ahead in the Renault car. He should be winning this race now quite comfortably because DRS is a big factor around here. And when you don't have DRS to a car that's about half a second quicker than you, it could be night-night to you, I think, for any chance of the win. I think Davidek has got a good chance of wrapping this up, but we'll wait and see. I'm interested to see, what will Fergie do? Will Fergie try to stay out and pair in the pit stop, or will he have to pit at the end of this lap? It doesn't look like it's costing him too much, but at the same time, he's losing time. I don't know. I think it's good enough to drive around with, to the point where you don't need to make a pit stop, but it's going to be costing him about a second a lap, I say. So until about lap 7, he's going to be losing about a second a lap.
Well, in my experience, you can drive with a broken front wing as long as it's yellow. If it's worse than that, then it's really starting to affect you, because at that point you can't even take the flat out left right at the end of the lap flat anymore. So.
Ouch, look at that.
If it's yellow, then.
I'd say look at Patuka, the man I said to look out for this race. Quali was a bit of a bad one for him because of him getting blocked. He got caught up in that incident. Is now down. What's going on with the timings?
It's completely. It's the normal Godmaster stuff, you know that.
Yes, I was just looking, and I saw Davidek drop like 4 places. I thought he might have spun or something, but
yeah.
no. It's just that. But as I was saying, Patuka had his quali ruined, could have been higher up the grid, could have avoided that accident, unfortunately for him. Because of that quali, he's now been caught up in an incident, and it looks like it's going to be a long race. But there is a high possibility of a safety car. I think there's been a safety car every year since F1 has come to Azerbaijan, so there's a chance that it could happen here. About 90% chance that it's going to happen here in F9 tonight.
Oh, there is. And I don't know about further up the field, but in the fight for 5th right now, we have Kolsnik getting quite close to Jibuk, heading on to the DRS straight. He might actually overtake him before DRS even gets applied. However, he has melted all of his DRS, and he's not going to actually be able to overtake because of that.
Yeah, already melted his DRS. DRS is down to 11%. You know how difficult that is to get back? He's going to be struggling with batteries for much of the entirety of the race now.
Jake Hardy though down the inside on LFR Myomer into turn 1 as he takes 10th away from the McLaren.
I do agree. I think Langfeld could be in a decent position here on the hard compound tyres. He's got to keep out the barriers. His championship rival Fergie, of course, will have to change that wing and go onto a set of hard tyres. What does Langfeld do? Does he box around lap 12 at 13 for a set of mediums, or does he extend and go all the way to a set of soft tyres to be a few seconds a lap faster at the end of the race? I don't know which one's going to be the optimal strategy, but we have to wait and see.
I think optimal is pitting around lap 13 for the mediums, as the mediums they're quite good race tires on this track, so having those for 13 laps gives you a lot more time than 7 if you go to the softs.
Yeah, I'm just watching Kolsnik again now. He's got to try to save a bit of that battery. He's going to be close enough, I think, to just be able to use DRS down straight without having to burn any battery. But look at that, he's even burning it down this mini straight where there's no chance of overtaking. So yeah, look at him again now. Look at that, down to 8.76. Will he hit 0 on this straight? He's using it through this S section, which is a bit ballsy. Down to 3. Will he hit 2? Look at that, he's got no chance. Chibuk is flying away. Chibuk don't even have to use any overtake. He's not really catching. I think he's going to be alright. Will he launch on the brakes here? Around the outside goes Kolsnik into turn 1. A bit difficult to complete it. I think Jibber could just hold on for now, but it's all about getting the run out of turn 2, and he hasn't got a good enough run compared to Jibber. He's launched at the corner, he's gone miles into the distance there. Very good run from Jibber. I think he's good for another lap at least.
Certainly looks like it. Kolsnik, I don't know, if I were him in this situation, I think I would just stay behind, not focusing on overtaking the next few laps and get that ERS up, because I think we've seen the last few laps now that he's not going to get past unless you have a little more to play with.
Yeah, I'm just watching the battle for P4, and Fergie's impressing me. Despite his wing damage, he's holding on quite well. And if he can just stay in the DRS, look at the understeer, so he's having to use second gear through the castle to get turned in. But then again, Dimsky in that Ferrari looks all over the place. They've both got a really good amount of battery here. Whether Fergie can stay in DRS is a completely different question. But they're dropping Djibouti massively. They've dropped in 3 seconds in 4 laps, which is quite remarkable, seeing one of them does have much of the yellow wing minimum. Anyway, Dimsky a bit out of shape there, but Fergie couldn't really get the run. Willie Burns to try get ahead of him this try. I think he'd be smart enough just to follow, because Dimsky is helping a bit with the DRS, just to drag him away from the cars behind. But we'll see, he is burning a lot of his battery trap formula with Fergie. Will he? Oh, B-Boy won 10-second penalty for watching the track limits. A bit weird, that is. Virtual safety car, the VSC, and Kolesnik pits. Who's caused the VSC then?
What about the Mercedeses? Both Mercedeses just passing the pit lane.
Oh, B-Boy one's got no wing whatsoever. A disastrous race for the Williams driver. Williams don't have that much money, and currently he's costing them a lot of money. So, whoever their new owners now, Doralton Company, they're going to be fuming at B-Boy Worm for what he's causing them at the moment. DRS is enabled, VSC is over, and B-Boy Worm's called it a day. Biggest gamers there, Kolesnik. I think Kolesnik's going to gain a bit of time, and he could possibly see himself back on to the Dimsky-Fergie battle, which could be good for him.
Possibly, yeah.
So, is there any battles?
Well, I mean, we have the Mercedes, it's quite close to each other, however, being teammates, difficult to say if they're really gonna battle much, but possibly.
Fergie burning a lot of VRS out of the castle section there. Now he's down into this one with front wing damage. I can just imagine the pain he must be going through. I think I've had damage here before. Every time I try going into that corner, I'd be in the barrier and pitting another lap later.
I seem to remember that happening sometimes with you.
Yeah, when we had the race earlier on in IRL, last time I kicked it in the wall. It's a very easy point to just smash your wing off, especially seeing he doesn't have a wing or part of a wing, so you can imagine the pain. But I think he's in a box. Yep, he's in a box. He's going to try to protect himself from the undercut. Into the pit lane comes Fergie, and the all important thing is, will it be a front wing change? He might speed. No, he hasn't sped, but will it be a front wing change from the Haas team? We'll be waiting to see once he comes down into their pit box.
And it looks like the Mercedes battle, they're just going to switch positions. None of them are using ERS. Jay Carty just gets passed by using the ERS, so team players there.
Yep, Fergie's had a wing change. And look how far ahead Kolesnik's come out compared to on Djibouti. Djibouti's going for the 2-stop strategy now. That's confirmed. He's on a set of mediums, as well as keys. But look how much Kolesnik's gained. Kolesnik's gained quite a bit here. What's the gap to leader? Kolesnik is 24 seconds off, so he'll come out a couple seconds behind. It might be quite close between Kolesnik and Leslie for second place here. But the gap's about 20 seconds, 20.4 seconds between them two. So it's going to be quite close whether Leslie comes out ahead of the race and point drive here. The VSC, perfect timing for Kolesnik.
Indeed. However, another driver though who is in a good position right now, who needs a lot of points today, Langfield. 4th place on those hard tires, obviously it's difficult to see exactly what net position he's at the moment. But
oh, sorry, but I'm not sure Fergie has knocked his wing off again. Yeah, a bit of a rival going through the car section there, and I saw the car have a little bit of a different. I think he's got away with it, but Fergie just needs to calm down now. The championship is in your court. Just don't throw it away. Just get the points you can, and just make sure you win it. Don't go do something stupid.
Well, you gotta remember, Fergie doesn't need to do much to win it. He needs 1 point. If Langfield, well, he needs 2 points if Langfield gets second. So, he doesn't need a lot, but sure, if he keep smashing that front wing, then could very well end up with 0 points as well. So
interestingly, Dimsky's out on another set of soft tyres.
going for a very aggressive, soft, medium strategy, I guess.
I suppose you could do that. 14 on the mediums, maybe 12 on the mediums. In fact, I think that's.
But it would have been better to go soft, medium, soft in that case, though.
Yeah, I agree. I think you should have left the softs for the latter part of this race, but who knows? He might be using this to try clear some traffic and get a gap so he can push for the medium stint. You have to wait and see, because he has come out behind a few slower cars now. Leslie and Miami ahead. We could possibly even see three wides. Miami's hit the wall thing, but there's just no chance of getting past into the car section. Here's all his contact. I'm not sure if Dempsey. Oh, Miami is out. There was contact. He's missing his rear wheel there. Hold on. See if I can get safety car. Was there a safety car? No.
Not yet.
No. He's missing his front left wheel, so there was contact. But I think it was a bit earlier on in the caster section, but I do believe a bit of contact there could have maybe caused that. Could have put him offline a bit, maybe put him in the barrier. But I'm not too sure. Anyway, here comes Dimsky on Leslie. It should be easy. If they're smart, Leslie will let Dimsky go and just try follow him. Because soft to hard at this stage of the race, both fresh tyres, about 2 seconds of lap difference. So he's smart and he lets him go. What about Colson? Look at Colson's battery again down at 10%. It's not what you want on lap 8 of a Grand Prix.
Indeed it is. You have PSGL as well, going from on Patuka into turn 1. It's going to be an easy move around the outside, I believe, as Patuka doesn't manage just to fight that off.
Good stuff from Paco anyway, up into P11. There's still a good chance for him to get a point here, because there are only 12 runners. He is in 11th, one more retirement ahead of him, and he's back in the points. But I wonder if Fergie has got damage again. He's understeering a lot into the corner, so the hard tyres aren't exactly great for him. But someone I'm going to watch now is Davidek for the lead, because he is all over the back of TNR Langfeld. 7-lap-old tyres compared to Davidek's brand new hard tyres, so I think this should be easy enough, seeing the pace deficit we have seen from Langfeld compared to Davidek. So I think it'll be easy enough. We've got Yo's in sector 2, and that is why there's been a pile up in the castle section between Keys' virtual safety car.
Oh, and this. Well, this could be good for anyone but Langfeld, to be fair.
Both cars have got damage.
And Mancini could both pit during this if it stays out for that long.
I'm Jay Carter. You might as well just gamble. If you're Jay Carter or Mancini, yeah, you've got one of these Mercedes have got to gamble with this. I think the two cars behind Jibbick and Keys both have wing damage. I'm not sure if anyone else does, but them two definitely have wing damage. We're seeing Fergie come through that.
None of them gamble. Both the Mercedes stays out.
Maybe it was ending. Yeah, it was ending. That's why. Bit too late. That did ruin Davidek's chance. Will they both pit? Jibbook and Keith both pitting. Then that's what I mean. Oh, someone's in the wall. Colston just hit the barriers in the pit lane, and we're down to 11 now. This is what I mean. Look at Paco. I said all it takes is one more retirement ahead for him to try getting the points. There's a bit of a collision. He's up into 8th now. This is overtaken by Dimsky as well. So yeah, Dimsky could come at Davidek in a couple laps. Really come at Davidek.
He could, however, for Dimsky though, he will have to pit again. That's his issue at this point.
Yeah, that's the only bad thing. Who do I watch? I watch Davidek because it is the battle for the lead, but there's no way, of course, of overtaking into this corner unless you've literally got balls bigger than, like, Russia or something. There's no chance.
Imagine carrying those around.
That, you need a wheelbarrow, but Jesus. Yeah, there's no chance in him. I think he will go for it. He will go for it down the main straight. Kolzik in the chat, unlucky race. I did see that there was a collision in the castle. They're unlucky for you, of course, with the pit lane incident, but they're ripping off. But next week's the season finale. Look to finish strong there. Anyway, this should be easy enough for both Davidek and Kolzik. Here comes not Davicek and Colson, Davicek and Dimsky. Langfeld's burning his battery, interestingly, which I didn't think he would do, but yeah, Dimsky's pass, so we'll watch this battle. Davidek's using a bit of ours, down the inside goes the Renault driver, horrible camera angle, Cody, thanks for that. And Davidek takes the lead, oh no, Langfeld, switcheroo, what a switchback from Langfeld. And he really takes the lead, you don't want to give this up without a fight. And I don't blame him, look who's coming, Dimsky is coming, Davidek or Langfeld will burn a bit of ours here, and Davidek must be ripping his hair out, he must be thinking, why is someone that's on a completely different strategy battling me? He's going around the outside, there's going to be a bit of contact, they both keep it out of the barriers, but Davidek does take the lead, but good fight from Langfeld there, providing some action. I wonder, will he let his Ferrari teammate through now, seeing they are on completely different strategies, and one could take the lead if he does let him through. He's going to let him, he's not going to let him, he's going to hold him up for the middle sector. So maybe there's no team orders yet, Matteo Benotto maybe needs to get onto one of the radio people there to get him out of the way, because Dempsey will be a lot faster than Langfeld at this stage of the race.
Look at Davidek though, he's a man on a mission right now. Pulled out 5/10 in a matter of one section to Langfeld.
Yeah, Langfeld has to get out of the way of his teammate now. He has to. He's costing so much time. On that straight, Dempsey had to downshift to make sure he didn't hit him. It is crazy, the difference in tyres, like speed between the two cars should be very easy. Will Langfeld burn any hours? I don't think he will. But
I feel like you can hear me. Just let him go. Don't burn off that ERS to keep him behind. Let him go and try to hang with him for a little.
He does, and if I was Dimsky, I'd be fuming at Langfeld. I would have expected, if we're on different strategies and we're teammates, let me go much earlier on in the lap, because he cost me, I think, a good second through that whole lap there, maybe even more. So, he's got the move done now anyway, but it was costing him a good bit of time there. Look at that, Langfeld's almost already out of DRS, he's having to burn to stay with him.
At the back of the grid though, we have Djibouti quite close to Keys F1 going down the long straight. Djibouti is applying his ERS now. He's gonna get his DRS wing open in a moment, and look at this speed advantage. 212 miles per hour to get past Keys into turn 1.
Yeah, easy enough for Djibouti. Very, very good straight line speed there. Look at Dimsky though, right behind Davidek. Trying a bit of a spanner in the works here. If there's a safety car when Dimsky pits, he could be the effective race leader. Because I don't imagine anyone would stay out on hards. If safety car comes out in the pit stop window of Dimsky, there's still a chance here for Dimsky. There's still a chance.
There's always a chance, but being on that two-stop strategy though is a big gamble, as if there is no safety car later on, he could have screwed himself a little in that case. But if there is, of course, he's going to be much better off than many others.
Yeah, well, here we go now. The battle for the race lead, two completely different sets of tyres. Davidek not burning any hours. Here comes Dimsky. It should be easy enough. Dimsky's hitting the back of him.
Very strange.
Very strange indeed. They have the whole track and he still somehow hit the back of it. Fair enough, fair enough. Whatever he's not into, I guess.
I don't know. Oh, and I don't know when, but Keys has managed to get back past Djibouti. However, Djibouti is still right on the back of Keys though, heading on to the long straight again, and I do believe this is going to be a fairly easy overtake for Djibouti for a second lap in a row.
Yeah, I think Keys got past me to turn 3, but here we go. Easy enough. Djibouti waves bye-bye, as the camera work of this game is absolutely shocking. He's giving a bit of a love tap there, those Keys. I wonder if we'll see round 2 of him trying to go past and turn 3.
Oh, I think we will. Let's see then. DRS open, ERS getting used. Djibouti is out of his ERS, and Keys is going to go right past going into turn 3.
Or is he? Oh, side by side. Oh, there's going to be contact. How is in the barriers? Oh, if Keith not giving this up for that fight, I'd be furious if I was Djibouti now. Unnecessary back. You need to catch up to the pack here. I know it's for 10th place, but need to try work together to catch up to the pack. And battling like this is not the way to do it, if you ask me.
Well, with 17 seconds up to 9th place, Batuka, they really need to do, as you said, they need to work together if they want to catch anybody, but unless they've already given up on catching anybody else and they've just decided that, like, yeah, this is the fight for the last point.
Here we go, battle for P3 between Langfeld and Jay Carty, and Jay Carty is passing Langfeld. Here we go, the Mercedes down the inside into turn 1, it's up into P3, and one Mercedes got past, the other one is in the pit lane, and Berto Mancini in for a set of hard tyres. That will take him to the end of this race. Paco Suarez, only after 6 laps and a set of mediums, he pits as well, and wonder, is that going to be for a wing change? That seems quite early to pick. Yep, it's a wing change for Paco Suarez.
Unlucky for the Spaniard.
Oh, round 3, here we go, Gibbet vs Keys, it's turn 1. And the Williams driver is through. And this time they've got the combined as much as my brother's age.
Yeah, ooh, back end loss from Keys out of turn 3, and I don't think we're gonna see round 4 here.
Unless he falls in the brakes. Oh, I thought he was going to try something there, but thought better of it. I'm interested to see, what will Langfeld do? Langfeld maybe box this lap. I think it's perfect time to pit.
Yeah, box to mediums this lap, that's what he should do at least. And with Jay Carty passing him on the previous lap, he's actually he's gonna get a little DRS heading to the pit box now as well. Small amount of time.
It also depends what Dembski does. If Dembski picks, he's got to go another lap. And Dembski, I think, he's going to stay out. So if I'm Langfeld, box this lap and get a fresh set of mediums on. He's not going to box. He's going to. Oh, he is going to box. No, he's not. I thought he was. There's Leslie as well. Leslie's going to try to get past. And down the inside goes headshot. Leslie to turn 1. It's going to be side by side. But the Mercedes of Jay Carty just stays ahead there. But Leslie should get the run out of turn 2. Got a bit over that sausage curb, to be fair, so might not have to run, but look at the straight line speed, easy enough, and see you later. The black arrow of Jay Carty has been mugged off by Leslie. Good stuff, good stuff.
Oh, and we have Keys F1 in the battle, not with Jabuk this time, it's with P. Suarez. Keys though completely out of ERS, but he manages to get on his inside. But look at that though, Paco with the superior grip on those mediums just chucks it around the outside.
Oh, look at that, Keys in fact has front wing damage, so imagine your Paco on fresh mediums being passed by someone who, what a young heart, but with wing damage. My head be boiling at the moment if that was going to happen. Well, and Keys goes down the escape road and is likely going to be out this race soon.
Looks very much like it. Headshot Leslie on the back of Langfield though.
VSC. Dymski spun! Dymski's had an accident!
Oh,
he's ripped his wing off.
Leaving the Ferraris in a difficult situation.
Oh, if I was Langford, I'd be fuming, because look at that, he could pit. And it really could turn his race around, but now Dymski's in a pit, have a front wing change. Davidek stays out.
Oh no, Langfield do not pit.
Oh, he's going to pit as well. It's disastrous. It's going to be disastrous. The Ferrari master plan. Your teammate's got front wing damage, and he follows him in. Oh no. Oh god, I think. Oh, the Mercedes is going to get blocked as well. The Mercedes is going to get. Oh no, the Mercedes is going to get blocked. He's been blocked.
Disastrous for Jay Carty as well.
Oh. I think that's the only way to describe it. That's literally how you could describe how the Ferrari's races are gone just there. I feel bad for them. Keys has retired, he's called it a day, gone straight off. I wonder if that would trigger a safety car. It won't. Interesting place to crash, but fair enough I guess. So now I think Langfeld's championship hopes might as well wave goodbye to him now.
Seems very slim now, especially considering Fergie is in third there, and well, as I said, Langfield needed second and Fergie not to score points. At this rate, it seems like it's going to be the other way around, if anything. Well, Langfield will score points. There is only 10 drivers left.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate. I think we can pretty much confirm that your champion at this stage is going to be LR Fergie. 11 laps to go here in Azerbaijan. Davidek is a race leader by just under 7 seconds. Got another accident. Jibuk has lost his wing. Was Paco involved in that? Paco has got a wing. Oh, I think he might brush the barrier. He has brushed the barrier a bit. No damage for him, but Jibuk will have to pit again, and his race is going from bad to worst to even worse.
We got a battle though. Patuka is on the back of Jay Carty. Jay Carty, however, on fresher hard tires than Patuka. But look at this though, Patuka is not going to give it up. He's going to try to fight back. Heading down this long straight, DRS open, Patuka is gaining. Gonna go to the outside and he's gonna get that move easily done, and it's gonna be so frustrating for Jay Carty being behind Patuka right now.
Yeah, Patuka 13 lap old hard to get to Jay Carty 0 lap old hard. Problem is, I think Jay Carty's tyres just not up to temperature yet, not in the optimal working range. So I think Patuka for about this lap will have the advantage, but then Jay Carty will be coming straight back at him on those new hard compound tyres that will or should go to the end. If Seattle's in sector 3, Jibuk is out. He's residing in the pit lane. What's the point of giving up? You're going to get a point. That's what I want to know.
I was just gonna say, why do you retire in the pit, even though your race has gone to shambles? You're still 10th. It's still a point at least.
Yeah, I'm disappointed. Oh, Davidek's got damage. Oh, I just caught the end of that. Davidek has lost his wing. He's got end plate down to the front right, and now can Leslie come at him? He bounced over that sausage curb. As I said, one of the most difficult corners in the entire F1 calendar, and he's caught Davidek out. And will he have to pit, or will he be good to go to the end? 10 laps for Leslie. Try gain 6 seconds, 6.5 seconds. With damage around here, it's definitely doable. Will he pit? He's gonna pit. I think he's gonna pit. Yep, he's in. Davidek's into the pit lane.
Well, this is gonna make it interesting.
Where will he come out? The headshot Leslie, one of the most unlikely names, is winning the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. It is a crazy race circuit, and we could be on for a crazy result here. Who would have expected headshot Leslie to be in the effective race lead on lap 17 here in Azerbaijan?
Well, you gotta remember he has LR Fergie not too far behind him as well though. Fergie, who's a little scruffy today, but has been very much dominant during the season. And well, the gap back to Dimsky, Davidek has come a little bit too big.
I know he's had alien pace yet, but is 16.5 seconds in 9 laps doable on a fresh set of mediums compared to Leslie's old hards? Is it doable for Davidek?
I mean, in some cases, if your pace is that much better, then I guess it's still doable, but I just don't think, I just don't know if his pace is that much bigger. But we gotta remember, 9 lap old hard tires. Davidek has been, should we guess, half a second quicker per lap so far this race? Take into account the mediums are probably about a second quicker on the hards, fresh mediums as well.
Oh, look at this, he's got to be patient. He's got to be patient, Davidek. There's no point trying to move there. It's going to be a monstrous crash. He's all over the back of Patuka though. I think now it is a bit too much, but he's got to be patient, Davidek. He don't want to be going throwing away another wing and having to pick again and throwing away about another 8 points here. Just be patient. You're going to get Patuka on this straight. Patuka is on 14 lap old hards. I think he's going to struggle to get to the end on them, personally. But here we go. Davidek on the back of Patuka here. Should be easy. Should be very, very easy. Dimsky fastest lap of the race. That's one I completely ruled out. Dimsky, could he catch up? 10 seconds and 8 laps. It is doable.
That is very doable, and I still stand on what I said. Davidek might still have a small chance, as he's been that much quicker, and considering the conditions as well, but it's got to be a stretch. However, for Dimsky, 10 seconds. Fergie might put up a battle against Headshot Lessie as well, so they might lose some extra time during that. So difficult to say, but I think we could have an interesting last few laps.
Well, just to compare the lap times, last lap for Headshot Lessie, 1:43.888. Dimsky, 1:41.6, 2.2 seconds a lap faster at the moment. And with those hard tyres getting ever older, and they're going to start struggling a bit more, the gap is down to 10 seconds already now. It is certainly possible. Just got to keep his nose clean here, Dimsky. There is a chance he could still win this race. He could hope their tyres really drop off here, but look at Fergie catching though. There is still a chance. Davidek's flying though. Look at Davidek, gap down. He's caught by 2 seconds this lap already, Davidek.
He is on a charge, and well, in a moment we'll see how good his second sector is as well. And and compared to Dimsky's fastest lap, he's 5/10 quicker in the second sector and as quick in the first sector. So this gap is going to go quickly down there. You can see that Fergie has actually managed to get within DRS on Headshot Lessie now, so you could see these two having a bit of a scrap in not long as well.
Yeah, well, last lap for Lessie, 1:43.0. He picked up the pace by 0.8 at that. But Davidek, 1:41.0. That's 2 seconds that faster. At this rate, he will catch Lessie. He will catch Lessie. There's a chance.
Well, there's a chance, but we got to remember Davidek has Dimsky and Fergie in between himself and Headshot Lessie as well, so there is some traffic, but of course Dimsky is also catching up to these guys, not as much as Davidek, but we will see in 7 laps time who is going to come out as the winner today. So you can see that Fergie is edging closer and closer to Headshot Lessie now on those old hard tires. Still not as old as Pachuca's old hard tires, but at 11 lap and 12 lap old they will still not feel that great. You can see them heading on to the long straight. Fergie with not that great of an exit from the final proper corner, and there's going to be no battle towards turn 1 this lap. And look at this Fergie on the back of Headshot Lessie. Headshot Lessie almost out of ERS at this point as well, so it's not like he does have much to play with. And what he's doing now is what he can do. In the meantime, the gap from Headshot Lessie down to the 2 medium runners now. 8 seconds to Dimsky, 11.9 seconds to Davidek. Going down quickly here, Lico.
Yeah, I do apologise, went to get a drink. Yeah, it's going to be very close. I don't know who's going to win this. The medium runners are coming at them. If I was Lessie, I think I'd be needing to change the pants after this. Because I really would be breaking it at the moment with possibly the first win in PSGL, I'm not too sure, or in F9 certainly. It could be Lessie's first win, but then you see cars coming at you with fresh mediums, 2 seconds out faster. I'm just going to go through Lessie's results. Lessie this season has had no points, a sixth, no points, a DNF, a DNF, and 4th place. So this comfortably would be his best finish by a mile, even if he finishes second.
No pressure on him now.
But I think Fergie is going to have a run here. I think Fergie is the faster car out of the two. Here we go. Will he try to use Dimsky or Lessie to gain a reverse? The light is up on the back of that Red Bull. He is really struggling reverse. Lessie feels the need to defend. And round the outside goes Fergie. That's very late on the brakes. I think he's going to get it done. Side by side. All this contact. Leslie still holds.
Leslie with a much better exit there. And this, just like I mentioned, we could see these two losing time by battling as well. And look at the time. They're now 7 seconds to Dimsky.
Oh, we could see a four-way fight for the lead, Sondre. It is really heating up here in Baku. Davidek, thanks for hitting the wall, mate. You've really spiced this up. What an ending this could be. Remember, Fergie's also got a 3-second penalty as well, so effectively it's 3.7 the gap between Dimsky and Fergie. Unless Dimsky gets a penalty, and 6.4. No, 6. Not even that now. 5.5. About, yeah, 6. Between, who is it? Between Davidek and what's his name? Fergie. Fergie's lost a lot of time through that middle set, but I did hear a bit of a wall tap from someone. Maybe it's just the game being a bit rubbish, but yeah.
Didn't see any one of the two front runners tap the walls at least. But now, will we see Fergie try again? Obviously, it's a little far back.
Nowhere near close.
Just like headshot, Leslie has managed to save some ERS this time as well, so it's gonna be difficult now.
I think. Literally, I think to get past it, he needs to drain all. Oh, safety car deployed!
Oh.
Paco, Leslie in the pit lane. It is no brainer. Everyone's got to pit, surely. It's the no brainer. There's no way they all stay out.
No, Dimsky and Davidek stays out. I'm telling you,
Davidek's pitting. Davidek's pitting. And that's smart from Davidek. That's smart. That is smart.
Nah, he would have been quick enough on those mediums thing. I'm telling you.
Oh, I don't know, because it is fresh softs, remember, fresh softs. Oh, Fergie on medium. Oh, Fergie on medium.
No.
Davidek on
That's
soft.
the bottle of the day.
Oh, this. I was saying it could be a four-way fight for the lead. Now it's going to be about this 9-car fight. Who knows? Cars going on medium.
Depends how many catches up, because this safety car won't stay out more than at least 2 laps, will it?
I think end of lap 24 it will come in. Paco has caused a safety car though by spinning out of the castle. So just think, we've had a 3-car pile up in the castle. Nothing happened. Paco spins, safety car deployed.
Dimsky and Fergie are in bad situations now though.
Yeah, they had to
should have stayed out, but
They had to. There was no chance. The sauce going to be 2 second laps, about a second half lap faster.
Well, I think Davidek could have been able to hold on to it, to be honest. He's been that dominant today, Lico. However, Dimsky, he's been quick as well, but I don't think he's shown that much pace as Davidek has that he can keep Headshot Lassie behind him now.
Yeah, I guess you've got to ask yourself the question, because the softs are going to be like a second lap faster now, maybe even more. Has he been that fast to hold off people on fresh softs? Like he's on about 6 up on medium. I think it would have been tight. I don't think so. I think if Fergie pit soft, if Fergie pit the soft, he would have done it. I don't think he would have done it. I think Fergie would have had him. But this is really screwed Fergie because he's the only one in the field that has a penalty, and he was on soft tyres. Medium tyres. God's sake.
Yeah, Fergie is really. He's in a horrible position right now. Langfield, he might see a small light, but even if this is gonna pay off for him, he's gotta be real aggressive on the restart now. And to be honest, I don't. Well, actually, he might be a little bit far behind. Well, he will catch, but nah, not even. Actually, even if Fergie finishes last, he has won the championship. You think about it.
It's a hard knock life for Langford. I just think it could have been Langford leading with that VSC. He could have picked perfectly. Then say it's Dimsky. And look at Dimsky now in the lead. A questionable strategy. I can't lie. A bit of a questionable strategy from both Ferraris. But with 3 laps to go, Dimsky finds himself in the race lead. Now, could he hold on to that? I highly doubt it. But it's Baku. Anything's possible. Anything is possible.
Depends on the people behind. To be fair, like Headshot Lassie, if he doesn't get challenged into turn 1, then no, then Lassie will take him easily.
I think Davidek's got to go through quick. He's got to pass him into turn 1.
If Dimsky manages to catch Headshot Lassie a little off guard, he could see Lassie being put under pressure by the others, and could see the others fight with each other. then maybe, but 7-lap old mediums for Davidski here, it's not looking great.
I think Davidek has to get past Fergie through the first sector. He can't afford to spend much time behind him at all. If he wants to win this, he's got to go quick. There's 3 laps to go. Paco is catching up. He is trying to save his tyres by not really using high gears, maybe trying to save a bit of fuel as well. I'm trying not to take any life out of him. But I do believe safety car will be in the end of that. Bert Mylander will get the instruction to turn the lights off and come into the pit lane to allow the cars to go racing for the final few laps here in what has been quite hectic, I'd say, Azerbaijan Grand Prix here in F9.
Yeah, it's been a good one, but then again, like isn't it usually always with Baku? It's rarely a boring race.
Yeah, well, safety car is in, but Mylander has been given the instruction to pull into the pit lane. And now, when will Dimsky call it to go? If I'm Dimsky, I'm weaving all the way down the straight. I'm weaving right to the finish line. You can't be letting Leslie get a run on you because it's such a long straight here. With a slipstream and 100% battery for each, and with the fresh tyres, Leslie can bomb him into turn 1. He's got to go when the lights really get to the finish line, but he's gone a bit early, and it could cost him because here comes Leslie. Leslie will go down the inside of Dimsky. Dimsky locks up, but he still holds on, and that could allow Fergie to possibly have a run here. It's looking clean so far. Fergie trying to go down the inside, a bit audacious, and look at Davidek now. Davidek is going to fly past. If I'm Fergie, no point back. Oh, there's constant straight. There's no point battling like that. You've got the championship in your hands. Don't throw it away. Down the inside, turn 3. Davidek is through, and now we could see a very, very tense ending for the race lead here because Davidek has been flying all throughout the weekend, but now it's really to be put to the test. How fast can this Renault driver be? The gap is 1.2 seconds between him and the race lead, 6:10 between him and Leslie. With 2 laps to go, anything is possible here in Azerbaijan.
Just look at the grounds he's making in this middle sector. He's clearly the fastest driver in this middle sector. Obviously it has something to do with Dimsky being in front of setting the pace on those old hards as well. But, could possibly see a double overtake down the long straight.
We could also see a photo finish. We literally could see a photo finish here in F9 because Leslie, I think, might be able to hold on for a little longer, but I think Davidek could get Leslie if he does get past Dimsky quick on the final straight on the final lap. It's going to be close, but here comes Leslie anyway. Leslie used all the hours already. Look at that, Leslie's out of battery already. Oh
yes,
no.
In the meantime, you can see Davidek being a little more patient back there. But look at this though, Roberto Mancini making the move.
Oh,
look
wide.
at this Langfield with the double overtake on both the Mercedeses.
Good stuff. Good stuff from Langfeld. And somehow, Dimsky is still your race leader. Could he do the impossible here? Could he do the unthinkable?
Davidek on headshot Leslie. Davidek's got the run out of turn 2. He's going to go for it into turn 3. On the inside, gets the pass made on headshot Leslie and up into second.
Alright, there we go. We've got yellows in sector 1. It's Jay Carty in the wall. I think his race is done now. No more positions to be done there. 10 seconds too much of a gap in 2 laps. But here we go now. The battle for the race lead. I don't think the RS be enabled yet. It'll be enabled for the final lap. In fact, Dimsky touches the barrier with the rear tyre there. That was sim damage. That could have been a puncture.
Could have indeed. But look at this though. I don't think he's going to hold on to that lead longer. Davidek, he has a good amount of ERS and he's closer. And we know that Davidek is strong in these last few corners here. That's not actually his best when you run through that corner. But let's see then. Onto the long straight, you can see him gaining already. He's had a good exit there. Just a splash of ERS now gaining out onto the long straight, getting a bit of slipstream there, but we can see that Dimsky is using his ERS to stay ahead.
Oh, it's going to be a final lap showdown. Final lap showdown.
Into turn 3.
I think Davidek will get Langfeld fastest lap of the race. I think it's going to be a final lap showdown, Sondre. I think Davidek will close up enough to the point where it could be a drag race to the line. Dimsky is burning. Look at that. Dimsky's leaving himself defenseless for the big straight. He's trying to burn all his there. Davidek really gaining. The gap is half a second. Lap 26 out of 26 in Dimsky on 10 lap old medium tyres compared to Davidek's 3 lap old soft 3/10. The gap is coming down constantly. It is going to be a photo finish, I think, here in Azerbaijan.
You can just see him having so much more traction through the corners there. And just look at the ERS amount he has. It's almost 40% more than Dimsky.
Oh, I've got my hands ready. They're rubbing. And looking forward to this little battle here. David has got the urge to burn on this straight. We're going to get a photo finish here in Azerbaijan. DRS has been enabled after the safety car restart. Will he be able to get past Dimsky? He locks up a bit, hits the curb. The gap's about 4/10. He's got to get a run out of the final corner. He's got to drain all his battery down the straight. Dimsky locks up. It's going to be really close here. Oh, it's going to be really close. Here comes Davidek on the back of Dimsky. Through the chicane, he has a bit of a wobble. The Ferrari's battery is gone. It's 6%. Here comes Davidek. DRS enabled. The Renault driver. He's going to fly past into the lead. Davidek gets past Dimsky and wins the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. What an ending here in Baku. Oh my word.
Even managed to find a little bit of time to weave over the line there.
Oh, what an ending. Wasn't quite a photo finish, but still, what an ending here in F9. He hit the wall. He had to do an extra stop. A safety car came out to bring him back into contention a bit. Whether he would have caught up in the mediums, I don't know. But what a drive from Davidek. I think because of the pace he had today and what he did put himself through, I think I've got to give him my drive today. His pace was extraordinary.
Oh, indeed. I can't disagree on that. There's no other driver to choose for driver of the day in the end after that showdown at the end there. We've had Patuka and Langfield doing strongly, but Davidek just losing the win that he had so surely and then gained it back. Brilliant effort.
Yeah, one thing that I completely forgot because of how close it was over the line. Your PSGL F9 champion, Trap Formula, or known as LR Fergie, he takes the championship here in Baku with a P8 finish. It was all he needed. Langfeld put up a solid drive today to try and put a fight up, but unfortunately it just wasn't enough. And your PSGL F9 champion for season 28 here in PSGL is LR Fergie. Massive congratulations to him. I think Haas have won the constructors as well. I'm just going to check his tag.
They should have.
Yep, I don't think both Williams didn't score today. So your winners are Haas. Haas have won the constructors, and Trap Formula is your drivers champion. So congratulations to him. What an ending, though, Sondre.
What an ending, and you gotta start to wonder how the championship fight would have been with Davidek in it as well, because imagine if he were there from the start. I think we would have seen this battle between those two go down to the final race. But do you want me to run down the grid?
Yep, go ahead.
Then we have CPI Davidek dominantly taking a win here after showing great pace early on in the race, then doing a bit of a mistake, but still clawing his way back into P1. Then Dimsky in second for the Ferrari team today, just behind, before we have Headshot Lessie with his first podium of the season, I believe. Patuka in fourth, then Langfield in fifth, his championship hopes over. P Suarez with an uplifting sixth in the end, Huberto Mancini with seventh, Fergie with eighth, ninth for Jay Cardi, Chibuk, Keys, Kosnik, Maimer, Mr. Bieber, and Marut all with a DNF today.
Yeah, what a race that was.
The fastest lap for Langfield.
Yeah, what a race that was. The safety car at the end took that race from about 7 out of 10 to a good 9 out of 10, I'd say. What a race that was. I really enjoyed that.
It really was a good one, even with the win looking like it was settled for, well, the first half of the race, then to it really getting interesting with Headshot Lessie and Fergie battling for it, while Dimsky and Davidek was catching up to then the safety car at the end, which just completed it.
Yeah, well, just to confirm, your driver of the day, I've gone with Davidek. Who have you gone for?
I would love to go with somebody else to just not be the same, but I can't say anyone else than Davidek. He's just been brilliant today.
Yeah, I do agree. So, your drive day is Davidek. What a race. Next week, same time, the final round in Suzuka. I think it is. No, it's not Suzuka, is it? What's Brazil?
Brazil.
Is it? Yeah, Brazil for the final round. Make sure to join the same time. So, yeah, thanks for joining me anyway, Sondre. It was quite fun.
Thank you for having me.
And goodbye for now.